Hello, everybody. I had to take down one video due to worry about severe censorship, and YouTube is very strict, even with just talking about marijuana and all that. Another out of force, I had to take down a controversial video about America and all, but I still stand by my police on it. But anyways, I want to say something that's pretty profound that I never really talked too much about why I do music and social media and all that because, well, as you could tell, I live by myself and all that. And I decided to bring this back to earth and all that. What inspired me to make music. I started like 20 years ago after I lost my mother in 2003. And I want to say actually what inspired me to make music was actually Tupac Shakur. Believe it or not, you know what I'm saying? He's a polarizing figure. He could be very intellectual in his interviews, his music and all that. And then he could talk street stuff, fuck life and stuff like that, you know? So I do want to say thank you to Tupac Shakur and his inspirations and all that, you know, inspired me to make music. I have to be honest with you, nobody didn't show me how to be a songwriter, poet, recording artist. It just, you know, it comes from within. And cheesy as it sounds, corny as it sounds, that's basically my beginning too. Uh, I was not really that confident in songwriting even at the time. And I deal with a lot of self-esteem issues and stuff. I ain't gonna dwell too much on that. What I can say is, and I start, you know, me and my cousin, we that be Cabers and We've been doing this stuff for like nearly 20 years. And it does take a toll on you psychologically, mentally too, especially be in the recording studios. First, we didn't know how to be rappers, you know what I'm saying? So I'm thankful at the time. I guess what you call a mentor or advisor, so forth. His name was TZ Road Boy. If you're watching, what up? I'm trying to do it without accidentally coming off a fence or anything. I'm trying to be conservative this time around. What inspired me to make music was like I was very near, like, be honest with y'all, drawing them. I was like kind of like near mute. I wasn't really like to say for a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? Till I realized I was like decades later, I was an introvert. I love deep concept and all that. I had to thank music actually for me to actually speak. You know, believe it or not, it's kind of funny to remind me of Scatman John. May he rest in peace. We was talking it was like three young black kids at a time. You gotta remind me. This time I was also beat up by the police and stuff in 2006. Me and K. Bishop Prince had to be careful not to say his legal name, anything, because due to security reasons. But K. Bishop Prince, what up, man? If you're watching, what up? Yeah, and this is a hard concept because we was young, hungry, passionate, eager to be in a recording studio. So we saved a lot of money and all that, doing odd jobs, doing errands for my dad and all that at the time. We went to the recording studio. We went unofficially, 2007, just to get ideas, just to get comfortable behind the mic and all. It was actually, I mean, it was recorded with phone, what do you call it, voice recorders at the time and all that. And it was wrapping off that. The quality was not that good, but it was a start, you know. What got me motivated making music, and that's the same token too. In 2006 and 7, my dad had bought me a camera and all that. And at the day, my dad forgot me. I always wanted to do like videos and content even then, but it wasn't content creation back then. You know what I'm saying? It was just video maker, creator, and all that. And and you gotta start somewhere, you know. Okay, we had to learn literally everything literally on our own, you know what I'm saying? Especially I have to be both the cameraman and the recording artist. I was very thankful I even record a lot of material, almost like near. I got like memory cards, SD cards, flash cards, thumb drives, and all that for just videos and release material and all that. You know, what got me motivated making music? I record myself, K Bridge, myself as MPK, Cable Spending Knowledge, and K Bridge Prince, and TZ Roboy, another guy named T Bus. we was like a temporary 4-man group or so in 2008. So we were talking about, which is ironic, about police brutality, racial profile, and all that. So I wanted to share my fair shares of activism. Have I known when I was, beat up by the cops, we could have been recording ours even back then, but I didn't know they didn't show me how to really write those particular kind of songs. So I got inspired by Tupac Shakur, Public Enemy, Mr. Chuck D, which he actually followed me on Twitter, which I didn't even notice that. And at the time, before I lost my original Twitter page, I didn't know one of the Tupac producers had followed me and all that. He wondered what somebody said, you remind me so much of Tupac and all that. I said, I actually didn't know how to take that because, mind you, I didn't have no guidance, you know what I'm saying? So we basically was on our own trying to look for guys. So we look up songs like Tupac, Nas, Biggie, Notorious B.I.G., Wu-Tang, Bone Thugs, let's see, Common, Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, and so much more and all that, you know what I'm saying? So I was always a alternative kind of conscious kind of guy, but at the time, I was not very confident in myself, to be real with y'all. So I had to make a video about this. It's gonna be a little bit of a long video. Then we start talking about, trying to bring like a lot of varieties and topics in our songs and all that. And a lot of it now we're looking as I put this material together called Destiny. Oh no, determined to be somebody greater than ourselves. That'll be a double debut compilation of Ohio Street Kings from, what was it, 2008 to, I would say 2016, 17, nearly 10 years worth of recording. Because we didn't know how to really be artists. We had to learn the old fashioned way about grinding and working hard, writing songs and stuff like that. And I want to shout out to another producer, actually a few, uh, Frank Wright, let's see, CJ Mack, Head Mack, and Mike Dre and all that. Outside those gentlemen mentioned, really took me off to making music. I actually was working with Mike Dre, and he saw a lot of potential. But we actually talked back in 2007, at 17. So, and also constantly just getting my feet wet, because this is a whole new, YouTube was kind of like new to me and all that. So it wasn't not like what it is now and all that. You know what I'm saying? Everything didn't have smartphones or anything before, pre-iPhone and all that. All this was like like around iPhone. So iPhone came out 2007. I started in 2007, so I kind of forgot. I said, oh snap, how can I forget about that? And my Dre, we were talking about various topics. Our first song that we ever recorded together, called "In This Life I Live," was actually inspired by Tupac Shakur. I was talking to songs, talk about how many there are many. We talk about schools, the prison pipeline, and the prison industrial complex, and all that. How many black men lock up in jail? I got beat up by the police and arrested twice in my life because they mistaken me for being a scumbag or a thug, a thug, because I'm black and all that. So I faced against racial stereotypes myself, So I just want to say, I'm not just doing this for views or brownie points. I just want to share my story while doing music. Because growing up, I realized there was nobody like me or similar like me outside of Tupac Shakur. And I know I can't mention his name. May he rest in peace. If he's still alive, may peace be upon him. Whatever he's here now, I'm not saying otherwise. But I know I mentioned his name a lot because I did not know when I was watching Tupac Resurrection. That's actually got me inspired that he was beat up by Oakland police for jaywalking. And I got his face bruised up. I got bruised up. It's like I did not know there's a lot of similarities I could relate to Tupac and all that. And no, I'm not trying to be no Tupac imitator. That would be the realest Black Haze and all that, Casanova the Don. But what got me to really record music, because ironically, it was no voice at the time. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't. And it was kind of new. Everything was new to me and stuff. We talked about various topics. Songs called "In This Life I Live." In this life I live, and it feels so good. After the storm is gone, I'm out the hood. My Dre actually sung that part. I say when I first heard, I said, "Wow, I did not even know he had some passion behind that." And that was the first time I got really serious in 2009. In 2009, we were talking about some various topics. We record various songs too, just to get the feel of it. I know it's not cheap anything, but that was worth the investment, time investment too, money investment too. And I'm not saying cheap anything. And I'm just saying this on this note, it explored me be a conscious kind of artist, which is kind of funny at the time. I used to get so much feedback and so awful. Nobody want to hear all this positivity and upbeat and social awareness and all. We want to, even back then, you got to get my mindset. This is how they talk to me. All we want is chicks, get rich, you know what I'm saying? Materialism. Just staying obvious. Try to keep it conservative. Um, yeah, so it was really hectic at the time, even back then, that you not really feel you could be your true self. So the only time I could actually be myself is in making music. And I struggle with being authentic myself. How you supposed to be authentic when everybody around the corner, from say audience to producers, want to change their style, force you to try to change you to be something you're not. And that was kind of conflicting growing up. And now looking back at it, but hey, this is what you got to work with. You know what I'm saying? And we talk about various topics like street awareness, social awareness, global consciousness. we talk very we talk about abusive relationships and all that. A lot of women go for appreciation. Women go for a lot of abusive relationships. Ironically, me and my Dre was talking about feminism and stuff. I know that feminists do get better at rapping. I know I discussed feminism, unfortunate, in a negative light, because, well, they look down upon men negatively. So I'm a man, so what can I say? Um, let's see. I guess the Bastard Marshall, whatever. Yeah, working. My first will be actually around before I go to the Destiny Road to Successful segment. The first segment was Testament to the Essence segment. I'm gonna post my website and I'm gonna upload a lot of unreleased material because we record like almost like near me and my partners. We have record like almost near 100 songs or so off of those songs. Like record like will be free material. And I guess I can't say too much because everything's on hold right now because dude, outside my control and all. They also time schedule. They're busy with doing what they got done. They ain't trying to force them to do anything they don't want to do. So I have to be thoughtful of this. Consider these things. The first, I guess you said, the saga would be the testament to the Essence saga, and this recorded back in 2015 to 2019 and all that. And I was already, was get my foot in there and all that. It was my first ever project, like solo, and like I guess me and my Dre was talking about challenge each other and all that. Because I guess he was noticed like you always do songs with you and K Bridge and you and other producer, you and other artists and all that. You need your own footing and all that, your own solo material. So that was my first solo project, and yeah, I don't like the bastard either, but I'm forced to give credit. Yeah, working with Marsh at the time. Um, this is like the midst of the this is starting outbreak of the virus and the COVID-19 pandemic of March of 2020 to all the way to 2023. The last record we did, we ain't no joke anything, and yeah, and I guess I can't make no promises. It will be the third project I'm working on. Shout out to the brother. And only heard him through word of mouth, basically. Shout out to the great brother, Majawan. He's an awesome dude, wholesome dude, hardworking, passionate brother. I didn't, this ain't because I'm not about views or anything. I did not know he was a popular thing. You gotta mind, I'm not about, vanity. I'm not the vanity kind of guy. All views and tension on. I did because he left a powerful impression on me even our short time recording together, which was pretty profound of itself. Like between influences versus inspiration. We was talking about me and it's kind of funny. You was mentioning about me and Gabriel had different styles and all that. I guess we saw one going mainstream, one going underground, alternative, which I be kind of me and all that. I say because I don't like to be stagnant. I don't like to be put in a box or anything. Cause I'm always have a lot of range and so I always have a lot of varieties of myself, backgrounds and stuff for me. I guess he said something between if you raise around number, there's some kind of out there. So if you raise around game bangers, drug dealers, and all that, of course that's what's being promoted in the media and all that. Yeah, and it's conflicted because you're around it in the way you're not wearing it. It left a bad impression too. Like you feel like you have to put on a mask, you have to play a front. Like, oh man, I'm hardcore. I'm gonna get chicks and I'm gonna get this and all that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a gang banging terrorist and genocidal maniac and all that. But I learned that very painful about mainstream like perceptions and stuff like that. Life is not that good, especially against black men or black women and all that. On the contrary, though, I'm gonna try to close this video because I know I ain't done these kind of videos in a long time. But I decided, why not here? Plus running out of my space or so. So I gotta watch my space. What kind of conflicting is to me for like if you don't put on personas, people won't accept who you are and all that. And no one is a high mental crisis, especially in the music business, because I always feel like you gotta put on a mask. You gotta fake it to make it, basically. And I don't blame that too, because hey, I was kind of in the same shoes. I don't want to sound like a hypocrite or anything, sound like a fraud. So I guess that's where I got my activism from, like from the 80s and 90s, especially the grimy era. Say like Mobb Deep, Bone Thugs. You know what I'm saying? Or Scarface, Ghetto Mob, or so Ghetto Mob. Recipes Bushwood Bill. Those type of characters. What makes me inspired making music before I had to close the video up was I'm not doing this for money or anything. I'm not doing this for fame or anything. I'm just because there was not people like me coming up. So I didn't have nobody that looked like me, that sound like me. And from the 80s and 90s, I was closest enough to me, but they had to do what they gotta do to survive, and I gotta do what I gotta do to survive. But now, you in this new generation, you got a bunch of young kids that could just look up videos and all that post social media and all that. You got all kind of examples and all that show you how to be a recorder, and show you how to be an artist and all that. We had to, me and my partners, we had to learn the old fashioned way about things, kind of like the Motown kind of era. We had to learn how that works. So we had to learn the fundamentals. We had to learn the whole craftsmanship. You know what I'm saying? And that's hard itself because nobody didn't teach us. Oh, this is how you become an artist. Me and a brother named Manjawan, we was just talking about that too. It's like I wonder how did Michael Jackson do this? You know what I'm saying? Especially they eat, breathe, live, and sleep music. So they have discipline. They have reputation to hold on it. Made Michael Jackson, Tupac, Notorious B.I.G., which is my favorite rapper of all time too. Michael's just my favorite artist of all time. Mr. Scatman John, may he rest in peace. My favorite artists all hit the dust. It kind of taught me something that I didn't mean Scatman John. He was a stutter. I did not know there was people with disabilities in the music business. You know what I'm saying? Especially, I'm just now recently learning. Actually, I'm running from another community that I'm also a triple minority. I'm black. I'm male. I'm also disabled. So who looks like me? Who sounds like me? You know what I'm saying? Even still to this day, you know what I'm saying? I try to say this all the time. I'm not trying to be no role model either because I might be, all the things I'm saying, doing for nearly 20 years. I know a lot of things I said in my music ain't really all that appropriate for kids or young people, anything. And not because I'm trying to be mainstream friendly or anything, which is a battle for self. You know what I'm saying? And actually, my music speak out against establishment, speak out against corruption, crooked cops, politicians, and all that, which is ironic. I'm getting followed by politicians and, so even governors. I say, why would you follow anti-establishment? But people are funny, though. Psychology is funny. Anyway, Martell, so 20 minutes of my time is up.